It's official. The Federal Reserve officially lowers interest rates 25 BPS, and we're going to get the Xrp and Dogecoin spot ETFs live via Rex Osprey tomorrow, Thursday, September 18th, 2025. And a lot of people are really, really upset because it seems that they don't understand why the crypto markets aren't pumping. So I'm going to explain to you everything that happened with the Federal Reserve as far as interest rates lowered, and I'm also explaining to you why crypto isn't pumping. And if you guys watch my show every single day, which you should, so make sure to subscribe, set alerts to get more, smash like, and drop me a comment because I read them all, you should understand that pumping crypto takes time, especially when we're talking about crypto spot ETFs, because we only have 2 approved and they don't go live until tomorrow. And in order to really calculate how much liquidity is coming in based off of these crypto spot ETFs, which is just 2, I want to say there's about 92 that we're still waiting for approval, which should go live Q4 2025, you have to be patient. Things don't just pump overnight, especially when we're talking about top 100 cryptos with massive market caps. You need that liquidity to push them up. So back to the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve cuts interest rates by 25 BPS. And of course, there's volatility in the markets. It actually looks like the US dollar was getting dumped. Gold hit an all-time high. And it also came out that Powell said inflation has risen recently and consumer spending has slowed down, which is crazy because the Cobb letter literally put out a report earlier yesterday afternoon saying U.S. consumer credit jumped 16 billion in July to 5.06 trillion, the 3rd highest on record. So consumer spending has not slowed down at all. And we also know that jobs aren't where they need to be. Either way, interest rates needed to be lowered, and hopefully we'll get more lowered soon. Get another rate cut, because Fed median projection shows 50 BPS more rate cuts in 2025. This means that they're going to lower rate cuts again. But let's go ahead and recap what else is going on with the Fed, because there was some drama. So we know the Fed lowered rates 25 BPS to benchmark rate of 4% to 4.25%. Also, the Fed says Governor Moran dissents in favor of half-point cuts. Now, Governor Moran is one of Trump's picks. He currently serves at the White House, but also will serve on the Federal Reserve Board and will also keep his White House job. But he'll be taking leave when he has to go serve on the Fed. We also know Trump wanted to fire Lisa Cook. That didn't work out. She was able to vote on the entire thing that happened today. And earlier this morning, it was reported the Bank of Canada lowered their interest rates to 2.5%, which was the first cut since March. So it seems that the U.S. kind of followed suit. Also, during Powell's speech, Powell said the Federal Reserve doesn't feel the need to move quickly on interest rate cuts. So that's telling me in the future there's going to be a little bit of drama, and we all know that President Trump is going to push for it. But Powell also said that the Federal Reserve can no longer say the job market is still solid, because it's literally not. Their unemployment rate is out of control. And if you go outside and talk to people, yeah. Now back to crypto really, really quickly. So Hunter Horsley from Bitwise, and we've been covering Bitwise a lot on the show. And stay with me here because this is going to tie directly into crypto. Well, Bitwise manages about $5 billion of assets under management, which is a big deal. And they're primarily focused on crypto. But Hunter Horsley, who is the CEO of Bitwise, actually $15 billion in client assets. That's what it says on his profile anyways. But basically said we have a partnership with a $1 trillion bank, one of the biggest banks in the country. And they have onboarded Bitwise as an asset manager. Well, one of the big key takeaways here is that the Bitwise Bitcoin ETF has been approved for access and managed accounts and brokerage by over 10,000 wealth managers. This is key here. And the reason being is these wealth managers are now going to be able to directly shill and give financial advice for their clients to buy this product, BitB. And the reason why this is important is because we're going to start to see a lot of these crypto spot ETFs getting approved in Q4 of 2025, and they're going to be able to be essentially shilled by these wealth managers, these asset managers, these financial advisors, not necessarily with Bitwise, but that's exactly what's going to happen in my personal opinion, because traditional financial asset managers, they make money off of this when you invest in it, especially when it comes to retail. Of course, we have the Trump executive order allowing about $8 to $12.5 trillion of 401ks to enter into crypto. So again, personally, I think this is the start of a super cycle, and we will see altcoins move up, but it's going to take time, so you're going to have to be patient. Goodbye.